never thought I'd end up here. 5 years ago, I had a job at a warehouse in North Philly, a one-bedroom apartment and a routine. Nothing special, but it was mine. It started with back pain and a prescription, 30 pills. Take as needed, the bottle said. Turns out I needed them every day. Then I needed more. When the doctor refused to refill, I found pills on the street. Someone told me heroin was basically the same thing, but cheaper. I told myself I'd never do that. 6 months later, I was that person. Addiction doesn't care who you were before. It just takes until there's nothing left but the need. I lost my job first, calling out too much, nodding off in the break room. The eviction notice came 3 months later. I packed what I could carry and walked out. I crashed on friends' couches until people got tired of me. After burning through every bridge, I ended up where people like me end up, Kensington. Life in the epicenter. Welcome to Kensington. If you've seen the videos online, you know what Kensington looks like. But seeing it through a screen is different from living it. 100 years ago, this Philadelphia neighborhood was booming. Textile mills, factories, immigrants building lives. Then the factories closed through the 70s, 80s, 90s. Jobs disappeared. People who could leave left. Those who couldn't watched their neighborhood hollow out. Now Kensington is the epicenter of Philadelphia's opioid crisis. People call it the Walmart of heroin. On any given day, hundreds of people line Kensington Avenue. Some are residents passing through. But many are just there, standing in doorways, sitting on sidewalks, bent over at impossible angles. We call it the lean. My first day there, I was scared. Tents lined the sidewalks like a refugee camp. Trash everywhere, needles, empty bags, clothes. The smell hit like a wall. Garbage, human waste, something chemical and sweet from xylazine-contaminated drugs. Nobody made eye contact. In regular society, people acknowledge each other. Here, everyone's eyes were empty or closed, like being surrounded by ghosts. I found a spot under an overpass. A guy named Marco told me I could stay if I didn't cause trouble. Don't steal from nobody here. We look out for each other. That became my home for 8 months. The rehab cycle. My mom found me 3 months in. She drove to Kensington, something I'd told her never to do, and spotted me outside a corner store. She didn't yell or cry, just said, "Get in the car, we're getting you help." I went because I was tired. Tired of being sick every morning, hustling for money, sleeping on concrete, watching people die. The rehab was a converted motel in Northeast Philly. Detox was hell. 4 days of sweating, shaking, throwing up, feeling like my bones were breaking through my skin. On day 5, I felt almost human. That's when the real program started. Group therapy, life skills classes, 12-step meetings. I stayed 28 days, got a certificate, a list of outpatient programs, and naloxone for when I relapsed. I lasted 6 days. The problem with rehab is, you get clean, then go back to the same world that made you sick. No job, no apartment, $50 in my pocket. I meant to go to outpatient, but the bus cost money and I missed the first appointment. Then I felt too ashamed for the second. Then I ran into someone I used to get high with. "Just a little bit," he said. "Not enough to get hooked again." I knew better. Did it anyway. I went to rehab 3 more times over 2 years. Court-ordered after getting caught with dope. 90 days in a strict facility, then a sober living house where I made it 4 months. The 3rd and 4th times, I wasn't even sure I wanted to be clean. I went because I was tired of winter on the streets, because I wanted meals and a bed. You start to believe addiction is just who you are, that you're broken in some unfixable way, that normal life isn't for people like you anymore. The drugs changed. Somewhere between my first and last rehab, the drugs changed. When I started, it was heroin. Dangerous, sure, but you kind of knew what you were getting. Then fentanyl showed up, a synthetic opioid 50 times stronger than heroin. A dose the size of a few grains of salt can kill you. Dealers cut heroin with fentanyl because it was cheaper and stronger, but nobody could gauge the dose. What got you high yesterday might kill you today. Overdoses skyrocketed. Narcan became as common as cigarettes. I watched people get hit with Narcan 3, 4, 5 times because the fentanyl kept overpowering it. I overdosed twice. The first time, I woke up angry they'd killed my high. The second time scared me. I'd lost 4 hours and didn't remember using it all. Then xylazine showed up. It's a veterinary tranquilizer for horses. Dealers mixed it with fentanyl to extend the high, but xylazine causes wounds, deep, rotting sores that don't heal. It makes you unconscious for hours, and Narcan doesn't work on it. You can spot xylazine users easily. Their arms and legs are covered in black necrotic wounds. Some people's skin literally rots off. I've seen holes so deep you could see muscle. Some people lose limbs. I got wounds on my hands and arms, ended up in the ER with infections. The doctor asked if I wanted help. I said yes, meant it. But by discharge, I was already thinking about where to score. A day in the life people don't understand daily life here. You wake up sick. Withdrawal hits every morning. Your body aches, nose runs, you sweat and freeze simultaneously. The first thing every day is figuring out how to get well. If you have money, it's easy. Dealers work 24 hours. You walk up, say 2 blues, hand over cash, done in 15 seconds. No money? Most people panhandle at intersections or shopping centers. Others do missions for dealers. Hold this corner, walk this package, watch for cops. They pay in drugs. Some people steal, shoplift, break into cars, grab packages. I did some when desperate. When you're sick and the only thing you can think about is stopping the pain, you stop caring about right and wrong, just survival. After using, you have a few hours feeling normal. Not good, just not sick. That's when you handle other things. Eat if you can. Soup kitchens, churches, mobile food trucks. Try to stay clean, but that's hard living outside. A rec center lets people shower once weekly. Some churches open bathrooms. Stay safe. Watch your stuff because people steal. Watch who's around because fights break out. Watch dealers, cops, weather. Hypothermia kills in winter, heat stroke in summer. Then you get sick again. By evening, you're desperate. The whole cycle starts over. Every day, 7 days a week, no weekends, holidays, or days off. Just the same grind until something changes or you die. Crime and survival. Most crime in Kensington isn't about greed, it's survival. When someone steals a package or shoplifts, they're usually not getting rich. They're sick, desperate, need $20 for dope to stop the pain. That doesn't make it okay. But it's different than stealing for the newest iPhone. The real victims are families who've lived here for generations, who own homes and run businesses. They didn't sign up for this. They're watching their neighborhood fall apart while nobody cares. Rosa on Emerald Street raised 3 kids in her row house. Now she's raising 2 grandkids because their mom, Rosa's daughter, is out here using. The kids can't play outside anymore. Needles in the alley, strange people on her steps, cars broken into. I don't blame people who are suffering, she told me. I blame the systems that let it get this bad. These are human beings dying in our streets, and nobody does anything. For years, Kensington was ignored because people affected didn't have political power. Poor, mostly black and brown, mostly addicted, easy to write off. When encampments finally made national news, the response was mostly sweeps. Cops clearing camps, throwing stuff away, telling people to move along. But move where? Not enough shelter beds or treatment. So people set up somewhere else and the cycle continues. The people who care. In the middle of suffering, regular people are trying to help. Not politicians, nonprofits, volunteers, former users who got clean and came back. Prevention Point brings a van full of supplies, clean needles, Narcan, fentanyl test strips, bandages, socks, food, water. They test drugs to tell you what's in them so you're less likely to overdose. They help you find treatment if you want it, but won't push if you're not ready. Some people hate harm reduction. Think giving clean needles enables using. but people will use whether we give them needles or not. The question is whether we want them dying from HIV, hepatitis, and infections on top of addiction, or keep them alive until maybe they're ready for help. Prevention Point gave me Narcan probably 20 times. They saved my life. They also treated me like a human being, which sounds small, but it's huge when everyone else looks at you like garbage. Savage Sisters volunteer women do wound care, keeping xylazine sores from getting infected, saving people from losing limbs. The city eventually set up an overdose prevention center where people can use under medical supervision. If you overdose, staff reverse it immediately. Nobody has ever died at a supervised injection site. Project Home builds affordable housing with wraparound services, mental health care, job training, case management. They helped my friend Terrell get an apartment and stay clean over a year. He's working as a peer counselor now. These outreach workers and volunteers are the real heroes. They're not getting rich. They're out here because they see human beings worth saving. Resilience in hell. It's easy to only see suffering. But there's resilience too. When someone overdoses, people gather around, make sure someone calls 911, has Narcan, make sure the person wakes up. When it's cold, people share blankets. When someone gets food, they share. There's a code. We're all in this together. I met Keisha, homeless 6 years, through rehab 7 times. Why keep going back? I asked. Because I got kids, she said. They're with my mom. They deserve a mom who's not on the streets. So I keep trying until something sticks. Last I heard, Keisha made 8 months clean, got into transitional housing, was working part-time at a grocery store. Still hasn't gotten her kids back, but she's working on it. That's hope. That's resilience. Small moments of normalcy matter. Someone shares a working phone so people can call family. Someone sets up a battery-powered radio and people gather for music. Someone's birthday comes and people scrape together dollars for a dollar store cake. Tiny celebrations of humanity in the middle of hell. A community garden opened near Kensington Avenue. A church and volunteers converted an abandoned lot into raised beds for vegetables. They let anyone help, including people actively using. No judgment, just come help us plant something. I went a few times. Weird at first, me covered in dirt and track marks planting tomatoes. But something about it was healing, putting something in the ground and watching it grow, creating instead of destroying. One volunteer said, "Every plant here is a little act of resistance against despair." Kids growing up in crisis. The hardest thing about Kensington is the kids. Kids who walk past people overdosing on their way to school. Kids who find needles in their playground. Kids who watch their parents slowly die from addiction. There's an elementary school right on Kensington Avenue. Teachers do needle sweeps every morning before kids arrive. They have Narcan in the nurse's office, main office, and several classrooms. They've explained to third graders what an overdose is and what to do if someone turns blue. Imagine being 8 years old, and that's your normal. The trauma doesn't just affect kids whose parents use. It affects all neighborhood kids. Studies show witnessing drug use and violence repeatedly causes the same PTSD soldiers get in war zones. These kids have trouble concentrating because they're anxious and hypervigilant. Trouble sleeping because of what they've seen. Trouble trusting adults because so many have let them down. Some teachers and counselors do incredible work. Trauma-informed education, extra counseling, after-school programs giving kids safe places. But they're overwhelmed. They need more resources. One teacher told me, "People act like these kids are already lost, like poverty and addiction are destiny. But they're not. These are smart, capable kids who just need a fair shot. They need safe neighborhoods, good schools, mental health support. They need adults who don't give up on them." She's right. Kensington's kids aren't doomed, but they're being set up to fail by systems that don't give them what they need. If we don't change that, we're just creating the next generation struggling with homelessness and addiction. What could actually help? After years on the streets and in and out of programs, I've seen what works and what doesn't. Housing first. You can't expect people to get sober sleeping on streets. Maslow's hierarchy isn't just theory, it's real. You need shelter and safety before working on anything else. Housing first programs give people apartments before requiring them to get clean. It sounds backwards but works. Once people have stable housing, they're way more likely to engage with treatment, get jobs, stay healthy. Treatment on demand. If someone decides they want help, they might wait weeks or months to get into a program. That's insane. When someone with addiction finally hits that point, you have to grab it because it might not come again. We need more treatment beds, more detox facilities, more programs accessible immediately, harm reduction, supervised injection sites, clean needle programs, drug testing, Narcan distribution.